up at indifference. There were definitely aspects of their relationship that made me dislike them. I completely understand why a lot of the fandom hates them now. I definitely do not approve of the things that Tristan said to Miles. But at the same time, like, their relationship wasn't, for whatever reason, Tristan did make Miles happy, and Miles made Tristan happy, and I wouldn't say this is just super hard because in general I'm indifferent about both of their characters, like, even outside of the relationship. I do want to say, though, that I feel like Miles doesn't get called out enough for the ways in which he screwed up in the relationship. Like, even in season 14, before Tristan said all the stuff they did, Miles called him desperate and pathetic for love. Was not upfront with him about how he was feeling. Checked out of the relationship. Led Tristan to believe that he still had feelings for Maya, which was what Tristan was most insecure about, which he had asked Miles about multiple times, and Miles denied it. But then, obviously, Miles is not in the right place to be in a relationship at that time, and that's not his fault. But he should have handled that a lot better. I just feel like that's not talked about enough. Like, obviously, I can completely understand why people dislike Tristan more, why they dislike him in general, but I just feel like they both messed up in that relationship, and I don't feel like that's talked about enough. So, but I don't hate them. They had their cute moments, but I just could never get into them either, for the reasons that I just talked about. Yeah. Mo and Marisol, I really love them together. I definitely feel like they should have done more with them. But at the same time, like, I'm kind of happy they didn't, because it probably just would have led to drama that, like, I'm glad they were kind of one of those relationships where, like, they were just happy together and they didn't have any drama, really. And any drama they did have wasn't, like, about them not liking each other or, like, hurting each other. It was more like they got in a fight, like, because Mo was upset about Jake not coming to prom, and then Marisol getting him to come to prom for Mo. Like, both of their feelings were understandable. So, yeah, like, I just think they were really great together. They definitely could have done more with them as individual characters too. Like, they both got, like, zero storylines, but they were really cute together, and I'm glad they ended up together. Sam was so disgusting. Peter and Darcy, they used to be one of my OTPs, but I've grown way more attached to Spinner and Darcy over the years. And also, of course, I acknowledge that Peter was problematic. Like, during their relationship, no, but the way they started was really messed up. But the relationship itself, I feel like it was Peter's best relationship, definitely. Honestly, in general, I just love Darcy's character a lot. She was one of my favorites, and I just loved watching all of her storylines, and, like, her dynamics with pretty much every character she interacted with was fun to watch. Yeah, I definitely, obviously, like, beginning was because Shanae was leaving. But I still feel like I wish Peter had moved to be with her, because I mean, they really didn't do much with his character. That, I mean, he wanted to go to be with Darcy, and like I just feel like they should have just done that, because like what else did they really do with Peter's character? That was like, I mean, I don't feel like anyone would have cared if he left. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but like his remaining storylines just didn't leave much of an impact. So, and again, it was both characters' best relationship. Or no, I'm sorry, I don't think it was Darcy's best relationship, but I think it was Peter's best relationship. But it was a good relationship for both characters, and it's sad they ended the way they did. But that wasn't really the writer's fault. But I definitely feel like I think if Peter was going to stay on the show, either they should have done long distance with them, or just had him stay single. Yeah. Riley and Zane, torn between love and ship, but not super hard. They were really sweet together. I just wasn't super passionate about them, but yeah, they were really cute together. I don't really have much else to say. Saad and Lola. I want to say love, just because I feel like I would have loved them if we had gotten to see more of them. But since we didn't, I'll put them here. Yeah, sadly, it's just hard to really like say much about them, because we didn't get to see more of them together. But for what they were super cute together, and I like that Lola accepted him for who, like, she accepted him like when everyone else was like being horrible to him. And I mean, technically, we didn't really have anyone to compare it to, because he didn't really interact with anyone else. But for what we saw, she was finally someone's first choice, which was great to see. But yeah, I really wish we could have seen more of them together. Sav and Anya, this one's so hard. Like, I loved them so much when I first watched their episodes, but I've lost some interest in them over the years, because I definitely feel like they did kind of bring out the worst in each other, and they were both immature. Like, there was so much dishonesty in their relationship from both sides, and at the same time, I really did enjoy watching them together, and I do believe they loved each other. It was just not mature enough to be in that relationship at that point. It still does make me sad, though. Even though I loved Sav and Holly J together, it makes me sad that Sav stood up to his parents for her, but not Anya. Like, his relationship with Anya lasted way longer and was way more serious, but he still couldn't stand up to his parents for her. I don't really get that. But maybe it's just because he didn't want to lose another relationship. Like, he finally realized he lost so much because he couldn't be honest with his parents, that he finally just did it. And it is sad, like, the one time he did it, like, Holly J ended up breaking up with him anyway. But anyway, I'll say I'll ship, but not super hard. the day I would have said I love them, but, yeah. Sean and Ellie, love. I am definitely torn between Sean and Ellie and Sean and Emma. Like, they were both great relationships for what they were. I honestly think, yeah, Sean and Ellie, it seemed more like they were what each other needed in that time, and maybe they weren't realistically meant to be together long term, but I feel like it was healthier than Sean and Emma, and I just wish that, like, they could have at least gotten a second chance, or maybe, like, tried long distance. I mean, in season 3, when Sean thought he was going to have to leave, Ellie suggested long distance, but then when he left in season 4, like, they didn't even have that discussion. I get that, like, Sean needed to heal from the trauma of the shooting and stuff, but, like, if Sean wasn't going to, like, or if Danielle Clark wasn't going to be on the show, then I get that, like, it would have been hard for them to, I get why everything happened the way it did, but I just wish they could have gotten a second chance, because, I mean, he definitely treated her better than any guy ever treated Ellie, and she deserved better than the way all the other guys treated her, and Sean was the one guy that treated her as well as she deserved, so honestly, part of me wants to say for that reason alone, I wish they ended up together, but like, they were great for what they were, and, yeah, Snake and Spike, I'm indifferent. Like I said before, like, Joey and Caitlin was really the only, like, adult couple that, like, I really cared about, or from the Degrassi high years. Yeah, like, and what's weird is, like, she had a crush on him in one episode of Degrassi High, but then, like, I kind of feel like the original Spinner and Emma in a way. It's like they barely interacted aside from that one episode where she had a crush on him, and he chose, I think it was Michelle over her. And I can understand them reconnecting as adults, like, that makes sense, but I kind of feel like it was rushed, and, like, I don't know, I didn't really see the love between them. I don't know. I just didn't feel much between them. But I mean, I didn't hate them or anything.